Nobody likes big drawn out intros, so let's jump straight into this Get Your Guide review. If you don't know what Get Your Guide is, it's basically Amazon for travel experiences. You can book tickets to anything imaginable in the travel and experiences space. Its competitors are Viator, TripAdvisor, and other sites like that, but we're going to focus on just Get Your Guide today. I've been using Get Your Guide for over 2 years as an affiliate. It was my first affiliate program I signed up for. And in my first year, I didn't even have a business. I just was accumulating money. And then I cashed out after 1 year of being an affiliate. It's free to join, so anybody can join. You don't need traffic levels. You don't need to have a business. In fact, if you want to join, you can join using the link in the link description or somewhere on the screen, it'll pop up. Maybe I'll have a QR code as well. If you were to sign up through these, you would help a brother out because there's actually an affiliate program for Get Your Guide signups. You know, but that's just like sweetening the deal because I love making videos, baby. Anyway, let's move on. This is the affiliate dashboard of Get Your Guide. I'm going to go through all the sections one by one. This is the getting started section. This is the same basically as the tools section because it just lists all the 4, not 3 types of ways you can insert affiliate links to your web pages. The first one is the plain old text link, like so, like this one here. When people click on it, they arrive to the Get Your Guide's page, and when they buy, you get paid. It's extremely easy to create. You just have to select the actual activity that you want to recommend and then give it a sub-ID. What this tells you is that this sale came from here, this comparison article, and this article, or here or there. This gives you the location, identifying where the sale came from. The way I do it is I just, let's say, I give it a name, like the main channel, like is it YouTube or is it like my blog? I then give it the article name, so I know which article it comes from or video it comes from. Then the section, like is it a comparison article or the buy button or the review section? And finally, I give it the actual activity name. So I know, you know, this is how I do it. This is how I roll. And once you have this done, you can just copy and paste it and insert it into your website. The second way to do it is a activity widget. Now, an activity widget is simply these product cards that you can again insert to your pages. And it works the same way. When people click on it and they buy, if they buy, you get paid. The way this works is very similar. First of all, you should not use the automatic widget, but the manual widget. And I always use the specific URL part because then I can select all, let's say 3 activities that I'm going to recommend. And I can also give it the same sub-ID to know where the sale came from and insert it to my pages like so. The third type of widget is a city widget. Now, honestly, I don't use this that much because it's just way too generic. This is how it looks. You would select a city, like let's say Paris, and it creates this banner. I think this is very ineffective. I don't use it. End of story. Moving on. The fourth type of widget is the availability widget, which looks like, let me go there real quick. Looks like this, like this, right here, this. So people can input how many of them want to go, the date they want to go, the language they want to choose, and when they click it, they're taken to Get Your Guide again, but everything is already pre-filled, and this also sells stuff. That's the 4 ways you can sell via Get Your Guide. Now, the opportunities section is very interesting because there's always something interesting here. For example, you can apply for sponsored experiences. You try a helicopter tour in Las Vegas and they will pay for it and they will expect you to post content about that experience. Terms and conditions apply. Just read them. I'm not using this, so I'm not really familiar with it. You can connect to other creators in your space. Actually, this is new. They used to have a community just for Instagram creators, which I'm not a part of, but this seems to be one that's more general. So I think I'm going to join this, but let's move on. You can watch educational content that Get Your Guide puts together. You can, again, do more sponsorships, like you create a YouTube video, you can get sponsored, and so on and so forth. Now, the really interesting part is the analytics section. It's state of the art. It's the best that there is in this industry, in this racket, the industry of travel and tourism. So first of all, you have the general performance tab, which just gives you an overview of your sales, your visitors in the last 30 to however many days you want. You can also see your daily sales. Like right here, I'm seeing I'm getting, $89 last day on November 14th. Useful, just to check in, see how your business is going. Now, the activity performance part actually shows you how your individual activities perform. So for example, the last 12 complete weeks, I want to see how many sales I made. Like so. For example, I can see that this cruise here in Budapest in the last 12 complete weeks brought in this many visitors, made this many bookings. You can see your conversion rate and your peer conversion rates of how others are doing on average versus how you're doing, how much commission did you make, your growth rate in the last 7 days, in the last 30 days. I mean, it's really useful just to make decisions now and then. It's not useful for daily viewing, just for strategic decisions. Moving on, the campaigns. Now, this is where the sub-IDs I was talking about came in the picture. You can see exactly where your sales come from. For example, I have most of my sales is coming from the comparison list in my articles. So lo and behold, that's where, I'm getting my sales. And I can see the conversion rate, how much money I brought in, how many bookings and how many visitors clicked on that, like in the last 30 days in my case. Really useful because then I can make informed decisions. I make most of my sales obviously from the comparison list, going back to this article. I make sales from the widgets. I make sales from these little review, I call them the review area of my articles. These are text links, and I've got the buy buttons at the end of each activity I recommend. Moving on, we've got the bookings part, which obviously tells you really detailed information about what kind of bookings did you receive. Like which day, where they came from, what activity did you book? Yeah, I mean, it's useful again. Integrations part is not something that I use often. It shows if there's like broken links, any of your links are not working anymore. Can be useful if you have a lot of links. Then we have these. We're gonna run through these real quick. So the inactive pages part shows you if you have no links on your web pages. I guess that's not true for me, so it doesn't show me anything. I never use this really. The bestseller coverage is really useful for reconnaissance, like if you want to do a little bit of market research. For example, you can just set the reviews to show the highest, and then you have an idea of what sells, right? Because we're in the business of travel blogging, we want to promote stuff that already sells well. We don't want to convince people to buy something that has not been proven. And even better, you can use these filters. Like for example, let's say you only focus on boat tours, and it will show you only boat tours. That way you can know which cities are hubs for river cruises, let's say. So really useful for market research. Deactivated activities, it's self-explanatory. Maybe you were promoting something and now it's not available anymore. Maybe you should, it will recommend you to change the URL. Themes and keywords, I don't really find this too useful because it's just too generic. You'll see in a second after it loads. So there's themes by country and themes by city, and it kind of gives you generic information about what is kind of a popular theme, like local culture, architecture, arts and exhibits, history, but this doesn't give you anything tangible, anything like actionable. So I don't find this too useful. Yeah, nothing on this page is too useful. Then there's deals and promotions. Again, I don't find this too useful per se, because I'm recommending what I'm recommending, and sometimes they have discounts and deals and promotions. Good for them. I'm not changing anything based on this. And finally, we have new activities. New activities, again, is something I don't use because I'm recommending what I'm recommending, and I'm not gonna be the one that recommends brand new, unproven stuff to my audience. And this is the tools section, which we have already discovered. Then you can, of course, there's a resource center with some helpful information, and you can contact Get Your Guide. I like their support a lot because they're super helpful and they always reply super fast, like within a day, all the time, every time. And what else can we review here? This is my payment details. You can get paid via bank transfer and maybe PayPal, I'm not sure. I use bank transfer because there's no PayPal commissions then, or any sort of conversion losses. So that's Get Your Guide in a nutshell. If you found this review useful, then please sign up for Get Your Guide's affiliate program. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'll be happy to answer. Have a good day.